Hello and welcome to this FPL Game Week 6 team selection video with me, Holly Shand. In today's video, I'll be taking you through my Game Week 5 review before looking ahead to my transfers and captaincy plans for Game Week 6. Now, it's been a while since I've done a video. I was on holiday last week, so unfortunately missed one, but I am back raring to go with loads of content for you. So if you are new around here, give this video a like and subscribe to the channel. You guys have absolutely been smashing that like button recently. I'd love to get to 800 likes, which would be a new record on this video, and build up to 14,000 subscribers. I've got exciting news, got a live stream coming back at midday on Friday, and then from next week for Game Week 7, there's going to be an extra video coming your way every single week. So look out for those. Let's get into it. Starting off then by looking back at how my Game Week 5 went. I normally find the midweek games so frustrating, but I've finished on 87 points. I'm all out. I haven't got any players in Thursday's fixture. I'm recording this video on Thursday morning, but you know, the captaincy decision was tough. I gambled on Haaland starting, and boy did he deliver with a hat-trick. I mean, the Man City boys absolutely smashed it. Walker got 6 points as well. Cancelo with a goal, getting 12 points. Other than that, Salah came away with a couple of assists, managed to scrape together a half-decent return, despite not having a good game for Liverpool. Second one in a row where he's not looked that impressive. And then Gabriel Jesus and Martinelli also delivered. Unfortunately, Andreas' 6 points stay on my bench, but I cannot complain at 87 points. My best game week of the season by far, by a long way. My game week rank currently 200k. It will drop a bit, but I am climbing in overall rank now. I've gone from 4.2 million 2 weeks ago, now at 1.5 million, hoping to push on from here. The only thing I'm not too happy about right now is my team value, and I'm also looking at maybe changing my team structure and formation going into Game Week 6, where I've got 2 free transfers. Looking at my transfer plans then going into Game Week 6, and the weak spots in my squad are quite obvious at the moment. Andrew Robertson hasn't been delivering, and it is causing me some concern now. In terms of goals conceded, Liverpool have kept just 1 clean sheet this season. Robertson's got 1 assist, but I've not seen enough from him, and he's been being subbed as well. He played 90 minutes Game Week 1, but he's been subbed early in each of the subsequent game weeks, and I wouldn't be surprised if Tsimikas comes in. Now we're getting to the busy time with Champions League fixtures coming midweek, so that's something that we really need to focus on. So given that Liverpool aren't performing, I think I'm, overexposed by doubling up on that defence right now. And Robertson, getting the funds out of Robertson allows me to do a lot elsewhere. Looking further forward, Pedro Neto hasn't been delivering for me. I've had him for 5 game weeks now. He's looked okay, but he's just not delivering the goods, and that is causing me a little bit of concern also. So I'm potentially looking at moving him on as well. Leon Bailey is another player that hasn't impressed, but he's dropped in price now to about 4.7 million. And, I kind of feel like the forwards and the defenders are delivering, the midfielders not so much. So for me, I think I can, unless I want to move to a 4-man midfield, which I can't see myself doing anytime soon, I'm happy for Leon Bailey just to sit there. I'll just bench him every week, and then he's there to get me points potentially if I need him. The other thing that my squad's lacking at the moment is a third striker, and that's the thing that I'm most concerned with going into Game Week 6. I would love to get Alexander Mitrovic in my squad. He's had a really great start to the season. If you look at his returns, 5 goals already in 5 games. He's missed a penalty as well. Arguably should have had 6 goals. The next 2 fixtures aren't the greatest. Spurs away and Chelsea at home. But Mitrovic, he's carrying on that form that we saw in the Championship last season. He scored 43 goals in 44 games. He's delivering the same consistency in the Premier League at the moment. And he's had tough fixtures already, and he's prevailed. So for me, I think he's a buy right now. He's on penalties. He's delivering the goals consistently, and even though Fulham may struggle defensively, he's still going to be chipping away with those attacking returns. So the transfer that I'm looking at making is upgrading Archer to Mitrovic. Now, to make that move, I need to free up some funds somewhere else from Robertson. Robertson's basically going to be the cash cow for this move. Right now, on current prices, I've got 5.4 million to spend on a defender to replace Robertson, and there's a few names in the frame that I'm going to take you through. The first name in the frame then is Chelsea's Marc Cucurella. He's played 90 minutes in all of the last 4 fixtures, so I don't think Chilwell's going to be a threat to his position anytime soon, but we are going into congested period of fixtures, and Chelsea haven't looked that great defensively so far this season. Just 1 clean sheet. Cucurella has got a couple of assists though. He looks like a good price at 5.2 million. West Ham, Fulham, Liverpool in the next 3 though, coming up to where I'm likely to wildcard. It's not the best run of fixtures, so that's the thing that's putting me off him at the moment. I could also go to Arsenal, and I think I was to buy an Arsenal defender right now. Tomiyasu is an option. He did get some minutes in game week 5, but I think Saliba's probably the safest route into the Arsenal defence. We saw Gabriel got 5 goals this season. Saliba's already got a goal and an assist, 2 clean sheets from Arsenal as well, but they do have a few injuries cropping up in terms of their defensive midfielders, which does give me a little bit of a concern for clean sheets. Next 3, Manchester United, Everton, Brentford. I could see 2 out of 3 clean sheets for Arsenal in there, so I think Saliba could be a really good use of funds. I could also go to someone like Trippier. He's really impressed me so far. 2 clean sheets already for Newcastle, a goal from him as well, and the fixtures are turning for Newcastle in their favour. Crystal Palace, West Ham, Bournemouth in the next 3 games. That looks like a really nice run of fixtures for him. So another player in the frame for me to consider. I could also go for someone like Lewis Dunk as well, but whether I want to be doubled up on that Brighton defence at the moment, I'm just not sure about that at the moment. Right now, I'm tempted to lean towards Saliba and just play the fixtures because I think Arsenal have got the best fixtures over the next 3 game weeks. However, that could change my mind, but I will, of course, as always, post my final team over on my socials at Holly Shand on Instagram and Twitter, and at Holly_Shand on TikTok. When it comes to my team selection then for game week 6, I'm going to be rocking, I think, with a really unconventional 5-2-3 formation. Now you can see this setup. I haven't made the transfers yet. I'll make them on Friday evening after the press conferences and obviously post those moves elsewhere. But you can see using the My Team tool on Fantasy Football Hub, and you can get 30% off, by the way, on their subscriptions by looking at the link in the description below. You can see that it's looking really weird on the page having that 5-2-3, but I'm not interested in playing Pedro Neto, who can be my first sub. I want that big 3 up top. I'm really excited for Haaland, Jesus and Mitrovic, and I'm still rocking that 5 at the back as well, who I think could provide really great returns this week. The big decision really, I guess, is whether I still play Neto. I'm just so fed up of having him in my squad over Saliba, and that does make me question whether Saliba is the right move if I'm bringing him in and then potentially benching him for this week. But I'm obviously going to be playing with Sanchez in goal, that back 5, 2 in midfield and 3 up top. The big question though is where do we go for captaincy? I've kind of got 3 big options to consider. I don't think Mitrovic we can consider as a captain option for Spurs away, just given how good Spurs defence has looked. I think Mitrovic will, get some good opportunities to score in that game as he does in any game, but he's not a player that I'm going to back to get, a brace or better. So the options are Mo Salah in a Merseyside derby against Everton away, Gabriel Jesus away at Manchester United, and Erling Haaland away to Aston Villa. Now, if we didn't worry about minutes, it would be an easy decision. You just stick the armband on Haaland, knowing that he starts, and, he could get his 3rd hat-trick in 3 games. So for me, he is the best captain option on paper, but the big concern is minutes. We know what Pep Guardiola is like when it comes to rotating his squad, and the schedule is very busy now. We've got the Champions League coming midweek. I think looking at the fixture schedule, Manchester City play Seville in the Champions League midweek. Then I've got Spurs at home in the next fixture. So it's going to be difficult. I think it's then Dortmund after that as well. If you look at the minutes that Haaland has played already, it would make sense against Aston Villa for Haaland to be on the bench. But then we did see an early substitution from him in midweek. He played just 68 minutes. So he could get minutes. I mean, even if he came on with 30 minutes to go against Aston Villa as a substitute, you'd still back him to score. So, I mean, I was a manager that was really tempted to move the armband to someone different than Haaland because I was worried about his minutes midweek. but he can absolutely punish you if you go against him for captaincy, and he does deliver either as a starter or as a substitute. So right now, I think I'm going to put the armband on Haaland, maybe go Salah vice-captain. I've not seen enough from Liverpool to make me fear not going Salah for the armband. I mean, Salah is chipping away with the fantasy points, but there's been an element of luck in there. He seems to be getting returns even though he's not playing that well, even though Liverpool aren't playing that well. So tough Merseyside derby. I think put the armband on Haaland, Salah vice-captain. The best case scenario is either Haaland starts, Haaland comes on as a sub and absolutely smashes it, or he plays 0 minutes and then Salah vice-captain comes in. But I'm relieved that I'm making these changes to my squad and moving to this 5-2-3, but having 3 playing bench players, because I really think that this weekend we didn't see the rotation in midweek. I think the rotation is coming at the weekend. So when you're picking your squad, just make sure you're ordering your substitutes really carefully, because and your vice captain as well, because the likelihood is you're going to have to use them this weekend. If you've got any dilemmas about your own team, then do get in the comments and I'll do my best to answer all of them before the Game Week 6 deadline, which comes on Saturday at 11 AM UK time. I'll also be back for a live stream on Friday, midday, 12 o'clock. So make sure you hit subscribe and hit that notify button as well, which will tell you whenever I go live and whenever there's a new upload. Please help me to get to 800 likes on this video. I'd like to absolutely smash that target, and good luck everyone for FPL Game Week 6.